Hi guys, it's Elliot here. Hope you're doing well and welcome into this new video, this new market update. As you can see, we have the Bitcoin chart here. Yesterday we had the FOMC meeting. We had the PPI expectation higher than expected. So we have to basically check a little bit what's happening here. But before that, I ask you if you can do this thing, please. Help me to promote my books on Amazon. So if you are inside the Telegram community, it's because you bought one of these three books, whatever it is, the Options Trading Bible, the Candlestick Trading Bible, or the Technical Analysis. I ask you if you can kindly put a review on Amazon, a genuine review, in order to help me to promote more my books. I am doing these videos on YouTube, I am doing these updates on Telegram basically for free, while a lot of other people, they ask like a membership fee to pay every month or every year. So it only takes a couple of minutes for you to post a review, and it will be much appreciated from me. That being said, now let's check what's happening on the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, yesterday we started to dump from the 74, 73 level till the 71. Actually, we touched the 70.5 thousand level on Bitcoin. Now I see two scenarios. So let's check the Bitcoin futures chart first. Okay, as you can see here, we still have a gap that goes from the 83.7 till the 79.6, 79.5 level, which is a huge gap. It's a, let's check, we didn't fully close it. It's a 6%, 7% gap, which is one of the biggest on BTC we had on a while. So there is a possibility that we can close this gap before basically getting new lows. Why I say that? The overall structure on Bitcoin is still bearish. Even if we had 5 months bearish, 5 bearish months on Bitcoin, I think this is the 6th one, the overall structure is still bearish. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to not counter trend the trend on Bitcoin. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is the 6th month. But this is not a bottom formation. So as explained in my last videos and as explained on Telegram, I don't see any bottom structure on Bitcoin yet. So in my opinion, in the next few months, we will basically at least retest the lows here. Now this is the futures chart, but we will at least retest the lows at 59 and possibly make new lows. So this is just a matter of time that we will retest these lows, I repeat, okay? But I see two ways to go from there. The first one is from here we start to touch and grab the liquidity at this level from 70,000 to 69.5, and we start to trend up, or from here we break down this level, and from here we break this support, maybe we retest it and we go down. Okay, now let's check the liquidity heat map on BTC. Let's see where the positions are building right now. Usually check the 3-day chart, the 3-day time frame. As you can see, we start to build liquidity here at the 76, 77, 75 level, which is up here. If we break this resistance here at 74 with a decision, I see a very high chance to grab also the liquidity in our CME gap level here, which is in total, I mean, it's a decent rally. It's a 15%, 18% upside from here before getting new lows. Let's check the 1 week time frame on the liquidity heat map. As you can see, on the 1 week, we still have all the liquidity I mentioned here. Okay? From 70,000 till 69.4. Now, this is the turning point in my opinion. If we retest this zone and we trend up again, my bias is, okay, we will get our 80,000, 79,000, 78,000 Bitcoin. But if from here we break it and we start to trend down, no, my bias is bearish, fully bearish. I would look for shorts here. Let's check the 2 week time frame. As you can see, the liquidity here, it's huge. So probably we will get it. Still the same on the 1 month time frame. Let's check the 3 month. Okay, as you can see, also here the same. With I don't think that we will trend up to 85, 87, 90. In my opinion, no. We will get it there after we make new lows on Bitcoin. This is not ended. Okay, guys, this is not a bottom formation. So we can have this relief rally. Someone can bet that, okay, we will reach these levels, we will close the gap. But if we manage to get here, I mean, I will short with size. Let's check 1 year. You can also check the liquidity on Bybit, Binance and Bybit, the major exchanges. It's where things happen. Let's see what happened in 1 year. Let's put a 6 month. It's basically the same. Okay, let's go with 2 week. It's basically the same, but you can check both. As you can see, a ton of liquidity here to grab first. Yeah, well, there is a possibility also, I repeat, to target higher prices. Now, let's see what will happen basically in the next few hours, in the next few days, if we can have scenario 1. So from here we rebound and we start to trend up again, or if from here we break down and we go basically we start to target new lows. I think that I like is here on the 4-hour time frame. We didn't have any bearish divergence here on the RSI. As you can see, we got the first high here at 74, more or less, and we got the second one here at 75 with an higher high on the RSI. We didn't have basically the divergence here with the higher price. So this movement is healthy in my opinion. Let's check what the 4-hour time frame is. Okay, we touched this support with the wick, so from here there could be a possibility that where is the arrow? Where is the arrow? There is a possibility that we do something like this, for example. We start to trend higher, we make a new high, we get something like this on the RSI, and boom, we go down. Let's check what's happening on the 6-hour time frame. Okay, let me put, okay, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing, guys. Let's put here so we can see better the chart. From here we can start to trend up again, but if we break this support, I think that scenario 2 it's in play. Boom, retest, boom. Let's check the 12 hours time frame. As you can see, we got 1, 1. This is healthy. We didn't have a divergence here. Let me check the 1-day chart. Boom, boom. Also, you have to keep in mind that we had, you can clearly see 1, 2, 3. This was on a divergence. You see that we had the first step here at 109, the second one at a higher price, 120 on a divergence, the third one 71 on the RSI, and we had a $125,000 for 1 BTC. It was clearly at this point that yeah, we started to trend down again. We touched again this check resistance, and we went down again. We touched again this resistance. I think with this week we touched it. You see this week from 74.8 to 75.8. We touched it and we trend down again. Okay, so now what's the possibility that if scenario 2 plays out, there is the possibility that we do something like, where is the arrow? Something like that. Boom. New lows here at 55, 53, this area. We build a divergence here on the daily, and we start to build a bottom formation. This is not the bottom. This is not how bottoms are built. We didn't have any sign of accumulation yet. Okay? And from here we start to with boom, new heights. Now, why you hear me talking about if it happens this, I will do this, if it happens that, I will do that, etc., etc., etc. Because as a trader, you have to start to think in probabilities. You have to, guys, no one know what will happen on the Bitcoin price, on the S&P price, on the Nasdaq price, etc. Nobody is able to predict the future. So, if you start to think in probabilities, you are prepared for all the scenarios, okay? If scenario A, scenario 1 plays out, I will do this. If scenario 2 plays out, I will do that. If scenario 3 plays out, I will do this, and this. Because in this way, you are always prepared. That's how traders make money. That's how investors make money. Because I will tell you again, you are not able to predict the future. Nobody is. Once you have a system, you can make money. But in order to make money, guys, you have to think on scenarios. Okay? If we start to break this support and we start to make new lows, I will, in my system, I will start to enter with size on Bitcoin. Okay, on spot, I will start to build spot positions for the long term. Because from here, 58, 53, let's imagine that we will grab the $53,000 liquidity. Guys, from here, long term, if we make new hikes, it's a 150% move. Okay? So the risk reward from here is much better than it was here at $120,000 on Bitcoin. If you have the patience to start to build positions here, you enter, for example, you can, let me check, let me make this. Okay, you can start to enter, for example, you can make 3 entries. Okay, one here, the first one is here. Okay, let's say that you have $100,000 to invest. You put, for example, 30% here. You can go with another, for example, 30% here on this zone. The other 30% here, for example, at the low 40. You can go with the last 30% here, for example, on the low 30s. Okay, so you can catch all the movements on BTC. You can, it's just an example, 30%, guys, okay? You can go 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, and another 20%. Now, in my opinion, in this bear market, I don't think that we will reach these levels. I don't think that we will bottom on October 2026, yes, this year, as everyone is saying that, because if everyone says one thing on the markets, no, it won't happen, because the majority is not right, never. In my opinion, these are the zones where, yeah, we will start to build our bottom formation. Let's check the weekly time frame also. Let's see what's happening. Perfect. When I will enter with size, I know that sometimes I can sound like a broken disc, but I want to see these type of formations, guys. Price that is trending down while RSI is charging up on the higher time frames. The higher the time frame, the better it is, okay, for this system long term. Okay. Oppala. Sorry. Let me get it. Fuck. Wait. What could happen now? We make new lows, but the RSI on the weekly is not making new lows. Boom, for example. Boom. Okay, and we start to accumulate. You must have patience. Okay, as explained, I don't do short-term trades, not anymore. This is too stressful for me. I don't operate with low time frames again. I prefer to enter with size when I have the opportunity on high quality assets. But in order to understand what's happening on BTC, yes, you have to be able to read the chart on a low time frame, okay, because this is volatile. You must operate on confirmations. Let's check also the QQQ. Let's put the 1 day time frame. Okay, I like this. I like that we are trending down. I like that the price is trending down. Let's see what will happen. But markets, traditionals are still on distribution. So if traditionals are in distribution, Bitcoin is too. As you can see, also the OBV is trending down. So that being said, this is what I think can happen on BTC now. Let's see what will happen in the next few days, because in my opinion they will be the next decisive days. We will start to understand if we will start to trend up or if we will make basically new lows. Open your notifications on the Telegram channel and we will update soon. See you guys.